Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another album episode. I hope you all are doing very, very lovely today. Today's album is a very special album, and this is the greatest hits of Waylon. And if you're not familiar with Waylon Jennings and you'd like to check out some of his music and stuff, I'll put my favorite songs of his down in the description. But those of you who are familiar with him, this is the greatest hits album, and it goes over some of the best songs, and there's quite a few of my favorites on this very album, so I'm very excited about this today. This episode is dedicated to my dad because it is his birthday this month. If you didn't watch last week's episode, which was the Bruce Springsteen album, I mentioned in that album episode that the next 3 videos would be dedicated to artists that my dad loves, musicians that he has listened to and that I've grown up listening to my entire life. So, this album is currently inside this plastic cover, and it makes excellent sounds. It makes really nice, relaxing sounds. So before I move on any further and get into the album itself and start reading things and telling you about it, telling you what songs are on there, I'm just going to take some time, make some nice, relaxing sounds with this. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and set that aside and go ahead and get started. Okay, so this album is so neat, the cover, and it has like gold letterings, and you can feel them. As you run your fingers across the album, you can feel all the gold outlines, and it's so cool. And the album almost feels like leather. If you can see the detail, like the little wrinkles and stuff throughout those, like the little lines that make it look old, it also feels cool. Like it doesn't feel as smooth as some of the, ordinary album covers do. This has a very neat texture. here in the middle is Waylon, and he has his hat on. I wore a hat today so that I could kind of match. So, I just think the font and the lettering is so cool. So neat. The way it feels, too. And the L. The L, like how it swerves up like that. That is so cool. It looks like a little angel wing or something. Like a feather, almost. That is just really neat. And when you move it, the light glares on it. I think that's so cool. But anyways, so that is what the cover looks like. Now I'm gonna flip it over and read to you some of the songs on the back. Okay? So the back side is the same with the lettering. You can feel the lettering coming out of the album, and it's really cool. And you can tell kind of like there's different textures, because on this side it is more of like a silky smooth, like how originally albums usually feel, I feel like. So it sounds like this. And then on the texturized side, it sounds more softer a little bit. See? It's different. So, on this side you have Waylon, and he has his guitar right there. So, his hat is so cool. I like I don't know if it's like a golden band around the hat, or if it's like I don't know what that is, but that is really neat looking. That's really cool. Okay, so I'm gonna count how many songs are on this album before I start reading them to you. Okay, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 songs on this album. So, 11 greatest hits. Alright, so the first one. The first song is called Honky Tonk Heroes. I'll kind of hold it up that way you can see as I go along. So, the second one is called Lonesome, Ornery, and Mean. The third one is called Amanda. The fourth song is called Only Daddy That'll Walk the Line. Let's see, that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The fifth song on this album is Ladies Love Outlaws. 6 is called Good Hearted Woman, and that song is played a lot. So that's probably one of the ones that I'm most familiar with. Like, there's a few songs on this album that I listen to a lot, but that is one of the ones that is played around my house quite a bit. So, Good Hearted Woman, that's a good one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, the 7th song is called I've Always Been Crazy. I've always been crazy. The next one is my personal favorite. Okay, so it is called Luckenback Texas, Back to the Basics of Love. And that is just, I love that song. It's beautiful. Luckenback, Texas. In parentheses, back to the basics of love. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The ninth song on this album is called Mamas, Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys. And then in parentheses, it says Waylon and Willie. So, pretty cool. The 10th song is called I'm a Ramblin' Man. I'm a Ramblin' Man. And the very last song on this album is called Are You Sure Hank Done It This Way? That is another favorite of mine by Waylon Jennings. And, you know, it's talking about Hank Williams. It's pretty cool. So, yeah, my 3 favorites on this album, I would have to say, would be Good-Hearted Woman, Luckenback, Texas, and Are You Sure Hank Done It This Way? Probably. So those are 11 outstanding songs. So, I know I've said this already, but I love the way the gold letters feel. You can feel them as you run your fingers across them, and it's cool. So, especially the bolder prints, like this one up here, it says Greatest Hits, Waylon. It's cool. So, this album smells really good. It has the same smell as like an old library book. If you open it up and you smell the middle part, it smells like that, like vintage paper. It smells really good. And we did not get this at like any type of thrift shop or anything. We got this at an actual record shop, so it has that good record shop smell, you know? It smells so good. So, I'm looking at the sleeve, and I'm noticing that it isn't very detailed. You know, it's probably more of one of those just simple sleeves. But that's okay, because it's going to still make really nice sounds. Which on the last episode, if you watched it, the sleeves, it wasn't like this. It was more of a material like this. So it didn't make the same nice sounds. And another thing that I like about these kind of sleeves are they have the middle showing, so you don't have to take out the full record to look at the middle part, which is always nice. So this is actually side B, so I'm going to flip it over first. And I love it when the album or the actual vinyl tells the link of each song. I think that is quite handy and really cool. So I'm going to read to you what songs are on which side, because on the back cover, it didn't really tell which songs are on which side. It just kind of listed them. I'll try to hold it closer. So it didn't really go into much detail on, you know, what side the songs would be on. So I'm going to read to you right now. So you see the middle, and it looks like a storm of blue, like a blue sky. You can see, like, it looks like there's different fluffy clouds in there. So, side A, there's 5 songs on this side, and let's see. there is 6 songs on the next side, except there is a number 3. So we'll look at that a little bit more when we get back there. But first, let's look at side A. So the first song is Lonesome, Ornery, and Mean. So already I'm noticing that it goes a little bit out of order, because the first song on this one was Honky Tonk Heroes. So the first song is Lonesome, Ornery, and Mean. In parentheses it says Young. And it is 3 minutes and 38 seconds long. Number 2 is Ladies Love Outlaws. And in parentheses it says Clayton. And that is 2 minutes and 31 seconds long. The third song is I've Always Been Crazy, and in parentheses it says Jennings. And that one is 4 minutes and 11 seconds long. The next one, which is song number 4, is I'm a Ramblin' Man, and that one in parentheses says Pennington. And it is 2 minutes and 46 seconds long. And the last one, which is song number 5. Song number 5 on this side is called Only Daddy That'll Walk the Line. And in parentheses it says Bryant. And it is 2 minutes and 20 seconds long. Okay. Those were the 5 songs on that. And the year on this is 1979. So that's pretty cool. So I'm going to flip it over. And now we are on this side here. Side B. I'm going to hold it closer just so I can explain something a little bit to you. So you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 songs. And then there's a number 3 down there. So I guess it's like a little bonus song. Pretty cool. Little extra song. The first one is Amanda, and in parentheses it says McDill, and that is 2 minutes and 56 seconds long. And the second one is called Honky Tonk Heroes, and in parentheses it says Shaver. And that one is 3 minutes and 27 seconds long. I love the crinkly paper sounds of these. Okay, so song number 3 is called Mamas, Don't Let Your Babies Grow Up to Be Cowboys. And in parentheses it says Bruce Bruce. And it is 2 minutes and 32 seconds long. Song number 4 is Good-Hearted Woman, and in parentheses it says Jennings and Nelson, so Waylon and Willie. Waylon Jennings and Willie Nelson. Which I love Willie Nelson too. I can't wait to do an album of Willie Nelson, so that's going to be great. So, that song is 2 minutes and 59 seconds long. Almost 3 whole minutes. minutes. And number 5 on side B is Luckenback Texas, Back to the Basics of Love. And in parentheses it says Moment. And that is 3 minutes and 19 seconds long. So, number 6 is, are you sure Hank done it this way? And in parentheses it says Jennings. And that one is 2 minutes and 55 seconds long. So, the next one is the number 3, and it says Waylon and Willie. And again, it says the year is 1979 on that. So, I think that is just like a really pretty color. It's like a smoky blue gray. Almost looks like lightning right there in the middle. And just clouds and like the night sky. So, it's so cool. Read to you the songs on each side. I'm going to go ahead and carefully put this back into the cover. I wish there would have been a little bit more to read on the sleeve. I love it when they include information and stuff. But that's okay because I looked up some stuff online, not particularly about this album here, but just some little fun facts. So I'm gonna read some things to you, okay? I'm going to go ahead and set this aside just for a couple minutes, and I'm going to read some stuff. So, let me see. I found something when I was looking up just Waylon Jennings and little facts and stuff, and something caught my eye. And something I didn't know. Well, I might have known it, but I didn't recall it when I read it. So, I'm gonna read to you now. It says, the country singer / songwriter made a cameo in the 1985 live-action film Sesame Street Presents Follow That Bird. I never knew that. So that was really cool. And, you know, if you've been watching some of my videos lately, you'll know that I dedicated 2 super long videos to Sesame Street because it was like the Sesame Street Day, which is 49 years this year, but next year will be the 50th year anniversary, so that is really neat. So I thought it was cool to read that little fact. Okay. And it says a little bit more about it too. It says, he played a turkey farm truck driver who gives character Big Bird a ride. He also sings Ain't No Road Too Long on the soundtrack. Share these Waylon Jennings facts with other country music fans. So, I found that on top results when I typed up, Waylon Jennings facts. So, but I'm actually going to click into it and see if there's some more stuff, because I bet there's some more interesting things. Let's see. Okay, so I'm going to read this little paragraph that I just found. It says, in the 1980s, Jennings joined the country supergroup The Highwaymen with Willie Nelson, Chris Christopherson. Sorry, I knew the name. I just couldn't say it well the first time I read it. Okay, so Chris Christopherson and Johnny Cash. And the group released 3 albums between 1985 and 1995. So that is pretty cool. The next thing is that I wanted to read to you is Waylon was the narrator of The Dukes of Hazzard and also sang the show's theme song, Good Old Boys. So if you've ever watched that show, it's really a really good show. I watch it with my dad sometimes, and it's really nice. The theme song always gets stuck in my head, so, but yeah. So here's another fact that I never knew. It says, while living in Nashville, Waylon rented an apartment with Johnny Cash. That's pretty neat to think about. It's pretty cool. Okay, so just a couple more things that I wanted to read to you today. It says, Waylon Arnold Jennings, so Arnold was his middle name, was an American singer, songwriter, and musician. Jennings began playing guitar at age 8 and began performing at age 14 on the radio. His first band was the Texas Longhorns. Jennings worked as a DJ on KVOW, KDAV, KYTI, and KLLL. So, I wanted to share some of those facts with you guys because, usually there's some cool things mentioned on the sleeve, so times like this when the sleeve is just, simple and plain, I want to incorporate some stuff, just, fun little things, fun little facts and stuff. So, I hope you enjoyed that. So, let me see. I'm gonna try to sing a part of Luckenback Texas because it's my favorite song by Waylon Jennings. I'm gonna see if I can whisper sing it. It's hard to whisper sing sometimes when it's a song that you just love so much. Okay, so it says, so baby, let's sell your diamond rings, buy some boots and faded jeans and go away. The suit and tie is choking me, and in your high society we'll cry all day. Yeah, that's my favorite part of the song. It also says something. Let me see. I'm sorry if I don't get the lyrics right. This is just how I sing it in my head, or when I listen to it in my own way. Let's see. It says. Okay, it says something like, and blue eyes crying in the rain. Oh, Luckenback Texas, ain't nobody feeling no pain. I don't know. I think it's a beautiful song. So, yeah. I get a little bit embarrassed sometimes when I try to sing to you guys. I'm trying to break that habit. I'm trying to break you out of that a little bit, but It's a little hard sometimes. But yeah. So. But anyways, so I'm gonna go ahead and slide this on into the protective cover, this little plastic coating that gives it a layer of protectiveness. So I am gonna show you guys a sneak peek to next week's video. And next week's video is like the grand video dedicated to my dad. So last week's video we did Bruce Springsteen. This week we did Waylon Jennings. And next week, this is just, I usually don't say it. I usually just show it and don't really talk a lot about it. But this is a special one, so I'm gonna talk a little bit about it, okay? So if you don't like spoilers, I'm so sorry. This album is Hank Williams / Hank Williams Jr. And it is so special. It is so special because this is one of the only albums that has the song Hank by Hank Williams Jr. And that song is like pretty rare to find on album, okay? But I looked it up, and I looked it up online, like if it was on any vinyl. And it's on this one. And I was actually gonna have to order it online because, you know, you can't find this anywhere. And I showed my dad what it looked like because I was gonna get it for him for his birthday. Because, you know, it's coming up, you know, like next week. And we found it one day when we were looking through records at a shop. We found it and we like couldn't believe it. We were like, we were just talking about this. I was gonna have to order this online to get it, and now it's here. Like it's here. So I'll talk more about this in next week's episode, which I am super excited for. This is like the special video for my dad's birthday because Hank Williams Jr. is his favorite and, you know, one of my absolute favorites. So, this is what the back looks like. What it is it has all kinds of Hank Williams Sr. songs. Okay, and then the very last one is called Hank, sung by Hank Williams Jr., about his dad, and that is probably my favorite song by Hank Williams Jr. You know, I like music that tells a story. I like music that comes from the heart, so I love it, and my dad loves it too. So yeah, I got this for him for his birthday, actually. He knows about it because he was with me. He actually found it. He was the one that found it. But I got this for him for his birthday, and so he's going to be excited to watch next week's episode. He knows I'm making it and stuff, so it's not a big surprise, but it's going to be great. I'm making him wait until his birthday to get this, so I'll talk more about this next week, but I can't help but, like, I'm so excited about it. So this is Hank Williams Sr., and then this is baby Hank Williams Jr. That is just so cute. He's wearing little overalls, he's got a little baby guitar. It is just, it's a special picture. Especially if you're a fan of, you know, the Hank family. So, I'm very excited. Something something cool also about this episode today is, usually I do a lot of album episodes showing rock and roll, just a lot of rock and roll, because that's a lot of what I grew up listening to, and a lot of what I listen to now. But I also grew up listening to stuff like this, like a lot, and I still listen to stuff like this. Like, this stuff's some of my favorites. So these couple episodes kind of are a different take on the music that I'm into, So, super excited to show you guys next week. Okay. I hope that you enjoyed today's episode. I hope that you are now a little bit more relaxed than you were when you first came here. I hope you're having a wonderful night, and hope you get a good, relaxing night of sleep. Okay? That is all for today. I'm going to end this video with doing a little bit of just extra sound, okay, without any talking or anything. So, before I do that, I'll just say, hope you have sweet dreams. Hope you have a wonderful night. Okay? And thank you for watching.